Hello and welcome. So, I guess I'll just get right into it. I ordered stuff from Temu for the first time, and I'm going to show a Gothic haul of what I've gotten. So, let's just start off with this. It's a pot, which I have gotten to put a plant, a fake plant in. Maybe I should have turned an auxiliary light on. Anyway, I think you can see everything. But I got this from the Dollar Tree, and it has this white base. So I'm going to cut it down a little bit, I think, and put it in this pot. But I'm going to paint this pot gray, like it's stone, so it will look like a gargoyle. Because it's got these different parts on it that, like, it has a lot of the detail that sticks out. And they had a few different ones, but I specifically got this one because I thought that the face really looked like a gargoyle. So I'm going to have a gargoyle pot. Like, I have a gargoyle here. I just like the gargoyle stuff. It goes well with, like, the Gothic cathedral sort of look. So I'm going to have a gargoyle pot, or I mean, you could put anything else in here too. It's quite a wide bottom there. Then I got this necklace, which is actually quite heavy, but it's super reflective. It didn't look quite this reflective online, but it's this cool bat. I'm not sure how I'm going to put the stuff on the screen to show that, like, what the things are I got it. I might, like, cut to that. So actually maybe that wasn't a great segue because I was trying to do it, like, smoothly, but actually maybe it would have been better if I left more of a gap. Anyway, okay, so here I guess I'll leave the gap for the next item. Okay, so the next thing I got were, which one should I show first? They have these, like, small packs of different cards. So this is it's called Gothic Temu in Darkness. And I got these different things because I really liked the art on them. So I'll do videos about each one, I guess. I have an itch on the side of my nose. So it's, like, all black, and then, like, with these different, like, creepy designs on it. I thought that was pretty cool. The next one, I love the art on. I think it's just called, like, the Crow Tarot or something. Can I get it so it's not blurry? This one came with, it had, like, a duplicate of a card, and it had 3 missing, so they gave me a refund, but I think I'll order it again at some point. On Temu they have a $25, I think it is, like order minimum. I'm like, not limit, what's the opposite of limit? Minimum. So next time if I get something, I'll reorder this. So just make sure that you check all of the cards in these, because that was something actually with this specific one that I read, that someone else had the same thing where there were a few cards that weren't there. So just like make sure that you look through and see that all of them are in the pack that you actually got. And then the next one is this one that is called Occult Tarot, and it has the different spirits in the Goetia in it. I think that that's sort of like mythology, different like lore writings of like the different spirits and the different like stuff like that, of like, I think the story supposedly is King Solomon from the Bible like was able to like bind certain like malevolent spirits to like help him build the temple or something. I'm not exactly sure, but anyway, the pictures on these are like the old sketches of the different like the medieval sort of sketches where they're like the demons with like different like animal like head, or like different the head of one animal and the tail of another animal, and like different like humanoid sort of gargoyle type creatures, which I really like that art, so I got this. The next thing is this very cool, it's a ornament. Can you see the little, oh, there's the little ring. And it's this like creepy sort of mummy looking vampire in bat form, kind of Nosferatu-esque. I'm thinking I'm probably will end up repainting it in some way, but I haven't quite decided yet. Like if I want to go for a more silver type look. Like this is kind of a, it's almost like brown with silver brushing, so I'm probably either going to go with, like, if I were to repaint it, like a black background with the silver to make it be like a really like gothic ornament, or I'd probably do, I saw something out, I'm like, what's that? It was that the white base in the camera. I'm like, what's this white thing sitting there in the camera? I'd probably either do it so it's black with the silver, or something where it is more like the skin tone, so it looks more like some mummified thing. But I was thinking I could, it's actually quite heavy. I could like put it on the tree, or I could just have it hanging like from the light I have in here or something, so it's like somehow in the background. But I really like these, like where it's the sort of Nosferatu looking vampire, but then it's like in partially like the bat form. I think this might have been like $6 that I got it for. I didn't think to take screenshots of the items when I got them. So the screenshots won't show like what the price was I got them, but they'll show what the item was and like what it was called and stuff. So anyway, there's that. The next item is a rug that I got to put by the bed, and I'll show this like on the floor in some way that is not like this. See, I can't see what I'm getting and get it at the same time. Anyway, hopefully kind of get the idea. It's a coffin. I think I got the smallest size. There were some different sizes, but anyway, it fits perfectly for what I need it for. It's thin, but it's really nice. It stays down. It doesn't like curl up. And it's this sort of velvety type thing, which a lot of times I think this is the material where a lot of times I don't like it because I feel like it's almost like slightly sticky or something. Like even like it's not actually sticky, but I always feel like this type of material tends to be a little bit sticky, which at the very beginning, like the first few days I was using it, I noticed like it did, like if your feet were at all like sweaty or something, it would slightly have that kind of tacky feeling, but it went away pretty quickly. If you know what I'm talking about, this sort of velveteen type of stuff, like in rugs, it will have just a little bit of like, almost like is it like how sometimes like a mat that's like the rubber or plastic will have a little bit of just like, it'll feel a little bit tacky if you have like slightly like sweaty feet or something. So I generally don't care for that, but this one, it went away really fast, so that was fine. Trying to think if there's anything else to say about it. The white is like in the material, so it doesn't like rub off. It's part of the color of the rug, so it's not like as you step on it, eventually it gets to where it's like flaking off or something. The next item I got two of because they were like $1 something when I got them, and actually I'm thinking now I'm gonna need a white background to show it on. So it's these curtain rod things, like the upper part of a curtain where you have like the part going across the top, not the part that is hanging down on the sides, but the part that goes up through the front of the curtain if you have like a double curtain rod type thing. And it's this like fruit bat, flying fox looking lace that looks like spider web. I can't see what I'm getting and actually like get the thing in front of the camera at the same time. Maybe I'll have to show this in a different way. I don't think I can really show it like this, but anyway, maybe I'll cut in some of it like on the floor on white stuff, because I have a few other things also that I'm going to have to show that way. But anyway, you also could use it as like a thing to wear. Like you could have it on and it's like because of the shape of it. And then it would hang down in the back. If you're someone that wears like a bunch of fancy clothes or something, then you could have like a bat shawl thing. And then I'm planning on having a Krampus costume for Christmas. So I got these horns. They came with the horns and headband not attached to each other, and I couldn't figure out. I thought that it was like you peel this sort of bottom part off, like, because there's sort of two pieces of the thing there. I thought it was like you peel one of the things off and it'd be Velcro, where then you put it onto the headband and then you put it back on, but that wasn't it, and I couldn't figure it out. And then my mom said, oh, we'll try slipping it through like that. And that was how you do it. So if you get this, then that's how you do it. You slip it through. There's a hole in there, and then you just slip it through like that. And then you can adjust where they are, which is pretty nice. The headband is very versatile. Like, on me, it's a little bit large with my natural hair. If I wear a wig with it, that helps bulk it up. But, so then it fits a little bit better. But overall, I mean, like, the product itself is good. It's just, and this would work for a lot of different, like, head sizes. It's just if you're on the smaller end of that, it can be a little bit, so, like, if you move your head, it can tip a little bit because it's like a fabric-covered sort of slick headband. But it's kind of this, like, little bit of, like, it's almost like a hollow kind of, like, pliable foam material. So it's really lightweight, which is nice. So this backdrop, it's a like fabric. It's nice, but the printing on it is really dark. So I think I'm going to end up returning this. But so like that kind of seemed like a general thing, that the different things that were printed came out like darker with less contrast than online. So like, since I'd be using this probably in low light, like right now this is out in a room with a lot of big windows during the day, but I usually film when it's night in a room where I don't have a whole lot of light. So I'm worried it just won't end up really looking like much of anything. So like this is it without any extra lights on, but it's still out in the room with all the windows, so I'm a little bit worried that if I'm filming something in my room and I have it like purposefully dark, like as an atmospheric thing, since it's so dark already, which if this was like how it finally looked in the video, this would be fine, but like I'm worried that starting out with it like this dark with so little definition, like through this area and stuff, that once it's in a dark room, it will just look too dark and it won't really like look like it's actually like I'm really in that room that the backdrop is of, and it might just kind of look like an overall just dark background. All you see is kind of like this sort of thing where it's like, oh, I think there's some tombstones sticking out, but other than that you don't see a whole lot. So I'll have to make my mind up about this. And then this is like a window cling type of thing. I just have a white thing behind it so you can hopefully see it a little bit better. And I was planning on cutting this out to put behind this thing and have it be like a stained glass window, but I don't know, again, because it printed like really dark with not a whole lot of contrast, I don't know if it will end up really looking like much of anything. Like, since through this area it would be a big part of what would be being seen. This is the other background that I got, and I feel like this one turned out a lot better as far as like the contrast goes, where you can still tell like what the design is very well. So I'm happy with how this one turned out, and it has the little like little rivet holes in all four corners where you can hang it up by, and it's so that you can have it inside or outside. But I mean, obviously the contrast in here is not as much as like it was showing up online, but I still like it. I got a really large size, so there it is on the whole wall. I usually have it behind some different things, so I have it out in front right now, but I mean, so you can see it, but it's like kind of wrinkled up because of that. So anyway, I think that that's everything that I got, so I hope you found this interesting or helpful, and you'll probably be seeing me repainting this pretty soon, because I've been waiting to make this video to be able to repaint this. So yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time, stay spooky.